All right, here we go. No, not another Windows install, they said. Well, this isn't just any Windows here, people. Simsation back at you. Seems a little dark. It might be a little dark, but this light might be too bright. Oh, yeah, that's way too much light. Let's turn that one off. So we'll just deal with this one right here. We got a light behind just so it's shining on there pretty good. What could I have on this USB, you ask? I don't know. Let's put the USB in and find out. We're on our nostalgic PC. Did a video on this one a couple weeks back. I love this thing. Phenom 2x6 1100. 16 gigs of RAM. GTX 580. I believe it's a TI graphics card. So we got an old nostalgic unit here. So I may or may not have Windows XP on here. We're going to boot it up real quick or fire it up. Hopefully we can get this to install. Oh, well, let's see if my motherboard battery worked too. I put a new one of them in it because look what I did. I ordered more motherboard batteries. I'll be dipped, and I think I'm recording this, but if not, I'm just wasting my time here, right? So we're going to light up, and I set this originally to boot from the USB, so we're going to see if it does, and it's still losing date and time. So maybe BIOS update is on tap for this one. So we're going to have to go into the BIOS again, and we're going to find the boot sequence right here. And I guess we're going to go to our first boot device. And I'm going to scroll down here to the U disk. So right there. And then we're going to F10. I'm not going to worry about the date and time right now. We're just going to pretend like we're in 2012 again. So I changed the boot sequence, and we're going to see if we can boot into the said USB that I made there. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing on screen, and you can. I just confirmed it by looking over at my streaming computer. Press any key to boot from USB. Let's press all the keys. Why press any when we can press them all, right? Okay, so we did get the Windows thing, and now we got a flashing cursor. So we'll have to see if it loads in. I probably won't make you suffer through this part because sometimes when you're loading these off these USBs on the old USB 1.1 or 2.0, it takes a while. I started it before, so we'll call this round 2. Let me fire some light up here. It took a little while of flashing to get to the install screen. It's going to look a lot like our Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2, but wait till you see what we get when we're done. You're not going to believe it because I'm not either. So I don't know why our screen is kind of compacted, but we don't have a product key. We don't need one where we're headed. So let's just go down this road here. I'm going to install it just like I would any other operating system, any other Windows 10 basically. Yes, I'm going to do a custom install. I'm just going to delete everything on both these drives. I don't care. I got a 120 gig SSD, and I got a 500 gig Raptor hard drive in here. So we're going to click next, just like on always. It's going to copy our files over. Then it's going to get the files ready for installation. I'm going to stand here to verify it starts to install them. I'll pause you guys out again. All right, you're going to see it before I can even get back in front of the camera. Check it out. Project Luna. I believe the guy's name is Patrick. Look what that feller did. We got some issues, though. Number one is we're not taking up this whole screen here, so got to go to the properties and probably got to go to the settings. I ain't used XP in so long. We need Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. So let me get this guy plugged into our USB, and I can't see it because it's way up here at the top. And this is a big tower, guys and gals. She is huge. But because of Windows 10 won't have the drivers for my Wi-Fi, it might. But look what we got. It's sitting on top of IoT, okay? Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2. And look what Project Luna did here. They give us XP on this thing. So I'm going to try to get, I haven't used XP a ton, so I need to get to the settings, which is the control panel on this. We got to first see if we can't get our, I don't know, safely remove hardware. We can do that. We got to get our internet working. So how are we going to do that? Internet options, maybe? This thing looks just like Windows XP, and I ain't a kidding you. This is insane. All right, we need display settings or something. I'm going to try to figure out where they got. It used to be able to just right click here on the screen, I thought, and get to that. And when I go to properties, it'll just let me have the screensaver in the background. So I don't know. Help me understand this, right? But it does look like Windows XP even when you open everything up. So you can't beat that. Why didn't it open the internet options when I clicked on it? There we go. Oh, let's see here. It says Project Luna configuration. You can configure these options in this configuration. Change your username, change your account picture, add or change password, change the computer's name, add a network. Oh, so 5 adds a network. Do I got to put it in brackets, I wonder? Okay, it says, oh, that's how I do it. So the configuration actually works. So if you're going to add your network, you need to do it this way. I'm going to add the Eero router, so I'm going to click 2 there. And then I'm going to password into it. And you're going to see that, which is fine because you're not going to get anywhere near my router. So let's see if it connects to it. It says it's connected. Look at that. So we got it connected to the Wi-Fi now. And it's not Windows XP, so relax. It does have security. I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, the dude just put Windows XP on the internet. It looks like XP, but it's not. So I need to figure out how we're going to get these. I needed to take up the whole thing. Probably need graphics drivers too for old GTX 580. Is there an internet browser? Let's go to internet options. Security. All right, we got that. I'm going to have to play around with this one for a little bit. I would think that it would have the internet right down on here, but it doesn't because we need our graphics drivers and stuff. So Internet Explorer, it says. That opened Mozilla Firefox up. And the Firefox that opens looks like the old Internet Explorer. Give it up for Project Luna on that one. We just need a search. Let's do GTX. What have we got? A 580 there? Oh, numlock. I'm just winging it today, guys and gals. And if you put any drivers on it, I recommend you do it for Windows 10. The reason why is because that's what this is based off of. So this is, in all actuality, going to be supported until January 13th of 2032 because this is based off of Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2. So there you go. There's the driver I want because we are on Windows 10 64-bit. So this is going to take a while to put all these in. I'm going to get the drivers and stuff in for this thing, and then I'll cut you back on. We'll play around with it because we should be able to put modern stuff on this, right? Because it's based off the Windows 10. But you can download this. I'll put a link right in the description of this video to Project Luna. Make sure though to give the guy some love and support if you like it. You know, go back and donate a little to him because he definitely put some time in to make this interface look like Windows XP. All right. That thing even mimics the XP sounds. I'm just stepping on my light switch and turning the damn thing on and off. All right, the one thing I didn't like is when it went to sleep, I had to sign back into my internet through that configurator again. Even if you're using Wi-Fi, that don't seem like it's right. So I don't know that I'm a fan of how that works, but I guess if you were plugged in with the Ethernet, we're doing updates on it. Yes, I said we're doing updates on it. That's because it is based on Windows 10 IoT. So Windows 10 IoT had some updates and it's updating, which is fine, right? That's what we want it to do. Okay, there it is. You heard the XP sound loud and clear. I love that. I absolutely love that part. But the whole thing, everything I've been in, it works like XP. So adjust date and time. If you open these windows up, they look just like XP, and you can adjust the date and time in here too. So it does work. Click the start menu on the bottom left, and it's Windows XP, guys and gals. I mean, every look of it is Windows XP. Even if you go to Internet Options, it's going to open Firefox, but it looks like the old Windows Explorer, Internet Explorer, which is crazy, right? Some of the stuff is broken on it. I went ahead and ran a Nova Bench. I downloaded it and ran it. So let me see if I can find it. It's installed in here somewhere. We'll get it opened up here. Believe me, this is the new Nova Bench because it's based off Windows 10, and this thing isn't going to break the bank in 2025. So we'll take a look at the test from 22 minutes ago. We went 360 on our 6-core Phenom 2x6 1100T. We went 84 on our old GTX 580. We were able to wring 210 out of our 16 gigabytes of RAM and 72 out of our solid state drive. And the report is dismal. Well, see that? Let's get you back online. So every time I get into here, I got to go here and get back into my network again. And I greatly dislike that. So that is something that could have probably been done better, in my opinion, but it wasn't. So we're going to have to sign into that every time, and I don't like that, but it'll let you see where we rank, right? Because we like to look at that. This ranks lower than 27% of all systems tested, so that's not good. It says our temperature is high, but I think that's wrong. No stuttering, though, on our GTX 580, so that right there, spot on. That's good, right? So you're able to use Windows XP from what I can see with more modern equipment and modern software. Because it's Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2 based, the old hardware is still going to struggle to an extent, okay? So don't think that this is something that's just, you know, for your old nostalgic hardware, because you can, it's just something for the Windows XP feel. So if you miss Windows XP and you loved it, then this would be a good way to get it back, but on a more modern operating system's backbone. So that backbone being Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2. But I thought Project Luna, I mean, so far I was able to download Nova Bench and run it. Everything, if I go to my computer, I mean, it looks just like, it absolutely looks just like Windows. So if I right click there, it says I can safely remove hardware. So we'll stop it. Okay. Oh, I believe I just shut our internet down again too. That's great. So I shut our interweb down. That's fine. I'll just go back in there and probably have to replug it back in and everything. But it was nice to get this installed. It installed just like Windows 10 did, so nothing any different there, right? And I'm going to just keep signing into my network because apparently I like doing that today. At least it picks up my router every time, so it's not a problem there. And it ought to get signed back in, and it did, so we're good again. But that's the only downfall I see. Everything else works just like it did in XP for the most part. Your date and time, if you right click it, you can adjust it. I think I showed you that already. Same window, same tile, right? Your sound bar right here. I think you can do sound settings too. We'll open the properties for it right here. And we should be Elgato. Yeah, I mean, it's all just like it was in Windows XP, right? You can go to your control panel. Same thing, all Windows XP layout right here, which is nice. So here's your power options if you want to change how, and even when you click on these and then it opens it, it's Windows XP. I mean, it looks just like Windows XP. And that's really cool. I think that there was a little bit of time and effort put in making this do this and not missing anything, including the Firefox browser, having it modified to look like the old Internet Explorer did, which was pretty nice. So it was cool to be able to run a Nova Bench on it and to be able to look at this. We go to My Computer, view system information right here. We got a 7.7 on our Windows index. Does that work? No. You can't change it. I don't know if you could on XP anyway. I think it was Windows 7 that you could, but you see it says Luna Computer right here's the name of it. You don't have to activate the Windows. It'll come activated. So that is one nice part about it is you don't have to worry about activating it. But it works good. I'm sure there's some drivers that it needs, and I'm going to have to get those figured out. I'll just use Snappy probably and get the drivers put in it. But I'm going to leave this on our big nostalgic rig and play around with it a little while I got this together because it's about to come apart and get paint. Because we are starting to finally see signs of cooler weather here in Florida. We haven't seen them yet, but we're starting to see signs of them. I could edit video on this one, I know. But this way you can, use it and you'll feel like you're using Windows XP, right? But you're really on the backbone of Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2. But what's that matter? I downloaded everything I download for. It's Windows 10 64-bit. So Nova Bench, the drivers for the graphics cards, all Windows 10 64-bit. So when you go grab software for it, make sure that you do that, right? So make sure you do it for, we need to download Snappy anyway. I need to put this on an external drive. I need to download all the drivers and put it on an external drive. Snappy driver installer. There we go. So I'll do that. Put it on a portable flash drive, or I'll probably put it on my external hard drive. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you like this one. I mean, we found Project Luna 1.0.1. And we'll go to their website real quick while we're here. It's like Windows XP because I can't open a browser to take a look at it. Let's put in Project Luna. I have the link over on my other computer. I think we spelled it right. There it is right there, Patrick TBP mod. So here's the website for it, and I will link it. I thought he killed it on this one. I do. And it tells you it's based off 1021H2 LTSC. And it's actually 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC 21H2. So that's even better because we know it's supported right here. This mod uses Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LTSC as its base. So that's good. We know that it's going to get security updates until when? January 13th of 2032. So you can enjoy your Windows XP themed on Windows 10, right? It doesn't look like Windows 10 and it doesn't work like it, but the backbone is on Windows 10, which means it's going to get updates until 2032 right here. End of life years 2032. So what a great way to bring out the nostalgia and just to play around with Windows XP again. And I know there's a lot of you guys that will like to do this. And if you got computers you tinker with, I think Project Luna is a great way to go with it. I really do. I'm going to install games and stuff on it and mess around with it now because it does look like it's going to be some fun in that aspect. I'm sure we can still run our older games on 10, so I'm going to play with it and I'm going to see what I can do. I mean, we can download Steam or anything else we want. I'm wondering if I could put the Microsoft Store on it. I bet I can if I can get into the command lines, right? It wasn't called that on it. I don't think we had PowerShell before. This should have PowerShell in it though because it's based off of Windows. I'm talking to myself here now. I may mess around with trying to do some stuff with this myself, but we'll see. Welcome to Project Luna. What's that say? It tells you everything about it. It's the second full release of Project Luna. This is just a minor bug fix update. It isn't much to get excited about. Classic theme isn't here. This will be fixed in the next release due to how buggy it was at the time. So he just tells you about the mod. Because the mod uses Explorer EXE Windows Server 03's backported to Windows 10. You cannot run UWP on it as of now. However, you may switch back to the Windows 10 Explorer with this. Open the Windows Explorer EXE, go to see Windows Project Luna, run 10EX BAT if you want to back XP's Explorer. Okay, so you can run Windows 10 Internet Explorer on it, but it ain't Internet Explorer. It's called Edge then, right? So I don't know. You'll have to read through this yourself. But Patrick TBP is who's behind Project Luna here, and I like it. I'm gonna play around with it. If you got an old computer that you want to mess around with, and when I say old, you can run it on your Core 2 quads and stuff. I just think it gives a cool twist to Windows 10 IoT, and I'm really happy I ran across it. I want to thank Project Luna for doing this, and give it a try. If you guys want, download it, give it a try. Let's play around with these things, and give me your thoughts on it. If you test it out, what you've found that you like about it or what you dislike about it, just give me your thoughts on it. That's going to do it for another great SimStation video. I had fun with this one. I didn't know what I was getting into when I downloaded it, but I downloaded it anyway, right? Because that's what we do. And the old nostalgic rig is the perfect one to do this kind of stuff, guys and gals. I love this old Thermaltake case right here. The 6-core Phenom 2 x6 1100T. 16 gigs of RAM with our GTX 580 is such a nostalgic, awesome build. But this is modern mixed with nostalgia right here. So it's kind of like, I don't know. The look fits the build. You see what I mean? The XP look fits the build, but the modern backbone gives you security updates and it gives you the ability to use modern software on it. So that's the best way to put it. You'll have to check it out yourself. Project Luna, there's going to be a link in the description below the video. this was a fun one. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. And this is just another twist on the Windows IoT 10 Enterprise LTSC21H2. And I'm not going to lie, guys and gals, I can't wait to see what comes from people doing stuff like this with Windows 10. If Project Luna did it, other people are going to jump on it. We're going to see Windows 7, Windows 95, all of it come back on this IoT. And I can't wait. That's my thought behind it. I can't wait, but thank you for tuning in. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. The install was as simple as putting Windows 10 on. You don't have to go through and activate it or buy no key codes for that or nothing. And we have an awesome, awesome backdrop right there. We really do. Windows XP Professional Time 64 Edition. Sitting on Windows 10 IoT Enterprise LT SC21H2. And works just like Windows XP. Thank you, Project Luna. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, all you guys and gals. And I'll catch you on the very next SimStation production.